Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where titles are won, legends are made, and fields are named after them. Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium, home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team recharged after a much-needed bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So the Clemson Tigers offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he is. Let me tell you about this wide receiver. He is a route-running, DB, toasting, pass-catching, touchdown-scoring, whoa, son of a gun.
I can't wait to see how this defense is going to try and corral this guy, because you play man-to-man, you risk him running right by you and catching the deep ball, but you play zone and you give him the opportunity to potentially make yards after the catch. Going to have to be really careful trying to cover that dude.
On the option. Still on his feet at the 45. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
This is obviously a great play physically by the quarterback, but how about mentally making the right decision? He was keying on the right defender. He saw the body language of that player and knew he had to keep the football and made the decision so quickly. Good football IQ there by the QB.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He'll keep it himself. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
This quarterback is so dangerous, and it looked like the defense had him corralled. It looked like they were ready for him to keep the football, but that quarterback is just too good. He's like a water bug. So good, short area quickness, able to make guys miss, then go get the first.
Delivers the contact. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. After that, there might be a few extra tackling drills in practice this week.
Listen, and when you only got one guy there, it makes it really hard to get to the ground. You need a swarm. Get 1, 2, 3 more guys to the football. Make sure you get them on the ground.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there set to boot it away. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. So Alabama's offense will get the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And you could tell this offense wanted to create a little bit of space being backed up, but how about the D? Coming out firing on all cylinders, getting the sack on the very first play.
Fires on the move. It's caught downfield. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30+. Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Quickly complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism. He's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Finds his man. It's Maryland. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Off play action on 1st down. He's going to take off. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. It's Wolf. Coaches talk about running with violence, running with bad intentions. That's what that looks like as he gets it up to the 32. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Pressure coming. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
Coming after him. He'll try to do it himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Clemson set up with another 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. From the gun, the ground game. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
You can tell this is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a 1st down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense. They're churning out positive yardage early.
After the productive 1st down play at 2nd and 6. They move the tight end all over. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, hey, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Pulls his way forward. They drag him down, but not before he picks up a Clemson 1st down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
He makes the connection. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Grabbed in the backfield, it's Wolf.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll run it on 3rd and goal. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. They could make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to barge their way in. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. Caught the defense offside. That penalty obviously will be declined, and the touchdown stands.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. Now, the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Back to throw, it's McDowell. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Oh, he left him grabbing. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Takes the handoff. It's Turner. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
Floats it out in space. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Tigers are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. It's complete. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Clemson. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So they started that drive barely into opponent's territory and went 48 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Nothing went well in the 1st quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Scanning the field, it's McDowell. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Now on the return. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last one.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Going to take a shot. Complete downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. An explosive play takes them right outside the red zone, and they've got it 1st and 10. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Oftentimes, defenses see empty sets, and that's when they want to dial up pressure, knowing there's no extra bodies back there to protect the quarterback. They were able to get to him on that one, and that's why the ball was incomplete.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He looks that one in nicely. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
Yeah, and you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you to get the 1st down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Let's see what Clemson comes up with on 1st and goal. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a 1st down. So the offense accepts the penalty, and they'll get a little farther away from their own end zone. And the defense is just about out of room to defend. They are backed up right on the doorstep. On the move. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. This quarterback part of their running game. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That kind of speed behind center is a weapon that almost any defense will have trouble stopping.
No doubt about it, Reese. They need this guy to carry the ball at least 15 times a game because of that speed you just talked about. You just saw what this guy can do out in the open field. There's not a lot of running backs out there that have speed like he does. Man, what a weapon.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Going up top on first down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Throw a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
The aerial assault continues. Complete to the right. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
They'll throw it on first down. He's going to run it. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Alabama quickly back to the line. Looking downfield, it's McDowell. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and the hit forced the incomplete.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. They're bringing heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode and try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
At the 45 on his way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Throws to the wideout. He makes the catch. brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Makes the grab on the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes that Alabama offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
They'll run it from the gun. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Pass on the way. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Tigers.
The #1 job in defending a quarterback is making him feel uncomfortable, physically hitting him. Nice job by the defense with the pressure. The hit on the quarterback forces the INT, and then Oski. As soon as you catch that thing, everybody start blocking, get to the near sideline, take that thing back to the house.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. It'll be a draw. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll get away another punt. He's been really active today, and no doubt he's going to earn his varsity letter. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. so here comes the offense returning to the field. First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab, it's Turner. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
First down for the offense.
He's gonna pass. He fires a bullet to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. The RPO, it's complete. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run the option. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Flying down the left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Bama! The defense takes matters into their own hands.
And that's just the guy you want to find that football. The ball's loose. Who do you want to get it? One of your little fast guys. The defensive back picks it up and turns on the afterburners. Takes it all the way back for the touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
He's got it on the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chain. Down at the 38. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Here comes the option. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after him, was able to make the tackle for loss.
Motion from the offense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep him away from that 1st down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. Here comes that Alabama offense. Line gets set, 1st down. gets it out quickly.
Yeah, and I tell you what, when you stick these fast suckers in the slot, they don't have to be big. But you get those guys that are so quick in the slot, they can get great matchups, and I can get the ball to them quick because they're such dynamic playmakers.
Looking to buy time. And he can't find a receiver, and down he goes. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's McDowell. Unloads to the wideout. Makes the grab. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Got his man quickly. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Off play action. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got his man. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And very important, not only to generate power, but to find his mark. A 49-yard try from the left. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. UCF is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to watch. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to Miami. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the back. Got some room headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to pound their way in. Touchdown, Clemson! And the stomping has commenced. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Well, hats off to this defense and their ability to shut this guy down. He's one of the best receivers in all of college football. That was only his 2nd catch of the game, and we're essentially in a 2-minute situation. They have risen to the challenge. They knew coming in they were going to have to limit him, but I don't know if they even thought they'd be able to do this good of a job.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Gets it out fast. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He'll just keep slinging it. Got it in the middle. It's Maryland. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. It'll be third and short from their own 33. From the gun, wants to pass. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Give to the running back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision. coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on second down. They'll run play action. Trying to get to it. And the timing was just off with the freshman pass well behind him.
You normally don't see this guy miss throws like that. That was a pretty short throw. He can normally make those in his sleep, but with the incompletion, we're now setting up third down.
Wide receiver shows motion. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Good timing on the quick out. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Clemson will send the punt team out. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. Line gets set, first down. Dropping back, it's McDowell. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Lets it fly. It's caught. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Swings it out to the flat. Makes his man miss. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Fighting off the defender. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. They'll snap it from the 47 on 1st down. They'll run it. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess, and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Downfield offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on second down. Trying play action. Gonna let it fly. And the timing just a hair off.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to go up top on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Quick pass on the fly motion. Inside the 25. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. From the 22 on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. It's complete. Touchdown, Tigers. And the punishment has been extended. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And he makes the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
52, Alabama, 17.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. 5 receivers across the formation. It's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's McDowell. Working that left side now. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games, and we had a big...
Looking deep down the right side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Power football with the run. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the 4th quarter.
So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. Clemson will come to the line with a 1st and goal. The give to the tailback. And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. And with that touchdown, I would say this one is out of reach.
It is out of reach. A lot of coaches pull their starters, start to build some of that depth, put some other guys in. But listen, keep playing, keep executing. Their job is stopping.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Alabama, 17.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes that Alabama offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
To the air, it's McDowell. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Feeling some heat. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All 3 phases we saw just